Khabib shoots for the takedown. The opponent sprawls, but he still gets the single leg. Khabib puts him on the fence. Then he switches to an underhook. The opponent, Tibau, does all the right things and keeps Khabib at bay. Khabib tries again and again, but Tibau is too well prepared. So what can you learn from Tibau to defend yourself better from the takedowns? There's one principle we need to understand before any of it makes sense. When someone goes for a takedown, the core principle is that you want to have your grip, your head, your hips, and whatever part you're holding onto as close as possible. If you can break either of these parts individually, you'll significantly reduce the chances of your opponent being able to take you down. So for example, here, Tibau is pressing against Khabib's head. This makes it impossible for him to get the leverage he needs to take him down. He's also utilizing something called an underhook. This is when your arm is under your opponent's arm. The underhook allows him to counter the force Khabib applies when trying to take him down. See here how the first thing he does is to get the underhook. Another thing the underhook does is that it prevents him from getting his arm closer to his other arm and the head. Khabib gets the underhook on both sides and tries to lift him up. Tibau uses his own arms to sort of counter the force, but that's not what's actually preventing him from being lifted. It's his pose right here. By putting his ass out like this, he's making his weight distributed in a way that makes him much heavier. In this position, it's actually very hard to prevent being taken down, and the only thing you got is your balance and strength. He moves in the same direction as Khabib is moving him and prevents being thrown off balance. Usually, it's not a good idea to keep your arm around the opponent in sort of a guillotine-ready way, because you can use that as leverage to get you down, and you'll not be able to use that arm to defend yourself as efficiently. But Tibau switches it last second and keeps Khabib off. Khabib does a leg trip and finally gets him down for half a second. Look at how he used his arm to catch himself. If he hadn't done that, Khabib would have been ground and pounding him right now. That also allowed him to get up extremely fast. Khabib tries again. Notice the underhook. Look at what he did here. He sprawled his butt towards the fence like earlier. Another significant benefit of this move is that it separates your torso and legs. Now Khabib has a much greater distance to go in order to get to the legs. Khabib gets the single, but Tibau puts his hand on Khabib's wrist. This allows him to reduce Khabib's output and also feel and know what Khabib is going to do. He pushes the head down to make it harder for Khabib. The idea is basically to create as many obstacles for your opponent as possible. Here, Khabib is actually in a good position. His head and grip is very close to the leg he's holding. Tibau does the right thing and puts his arm in there as an additional obstacle. Tibau is not standing straight. He's bending his torso like earlier. This helps him a lot.
Choke. And as he's going for this takedown,
The last thing I want to mention is how he moves with Khabib. When Khabib goes down, he goes down too. Then he uses his strength to turn him up. This makes him flow with the force instead of directly resisting it. Thus, he's using less energy and preventing Khabib from advancing his position.
Mario's warning Nurmagomedov stop from, he's trying to hold on to the fence to keep Gleason in position.